The Arctic, a remote and icy frontier, is fast becoming one of the most contested regions in the world. As the ice melts, new opportunities are emerging, but so are the risks of conflict. Today, we're diving deep into why the Arctic is shaping up to be the next battleground for global superpowers. Let's start with why the Arctic matters. This region is home to 13% of the world's undiscovered oil, 30% of its untapped gas, and abundant rare earth minerals. Melting ice is also creating new shipping lanes, like the Northern Sea Route, that could drastically cut travel time for global trade. These resources and routes are a gold mine for nations looking to secure economic and strategic advantages. But they also bring competition and conflict. So, who are the major players in this Arctic chessboard? Let's break it down. First, Russia. With nearly 50% of the Arctic coastline, Russia sees itself as the dominant player. They've invested heavily in military bases, nuclear-powered icebreakers, and energy projects in the region. Next, the United States. While slower to act, the U.S. has recently ramped up its military presence and Arctic policies, aiming to counter Russia's dominance. And then there's China, a self-proclaimed near-Arctic state. They're pushing to invest in Arctic infrastructure, research, and even military access, seeing this region as critical to their global ambitions. But this isn't just an economic race, it's a military one too. Russia's Arctic Command oversees thousands of troops, submarines, and advanced radar systems. Meanwhile, NATO is conducting large-scale exercises to prepare for Arctic scenarios. And while China claims peaceful intentions, their investments in Arctic infrastructure have raised suspicions about their long-term strategic goals. None of this would be possible without climate change. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the world, making it more accessible, but also more fragile. Environmentalists warn that drilling and shipping could devastate the region's fragile ecosystem. Indigenous communities, who've lived here for centuries, face the loss of their homes and livelihoods. So, what does the future hold for the Arctic? Will it become a zone of cooperation or a flashpoint for conflict? Organizations like the Arctic Council are trying to promote peaceful cooperation, but geopolitical tensions are making this increasingly difficult. The Arctic's future will depend on how nations balance their ambitions with the need to preserve this fragile region. The Arctic is no longer just a frozen frontier. It's a battleground for resources, trade, and power. As nations race to dominate, the stakes couldn't be higher. What do you think? Is the Arctic a future conflict zone or an opportunity for global unity? Subscribe for more insights on global affairs, and don't forget to like and share this video.